In brightest day, in darkest night, I wish I could forget that Ryan Reynolds shite. How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to Triple G Comics. Today we're going to be looking at a Sideshow 6th scale comic accurate Green Lantern figure. Really looking forward to getting into this. Green Lantern's one of my favourite characters. Now, I have heard some bad things about this figure in particular. Watched a few videos where they've pulled it to bits, so I'm interested to have a look at it myself. Okay, on this channel we look at action figures, vintage toys, 1/6 scale figures, and comic book related stuff. We also do some live shows. If that's the kind of stuff you're into, please think about hitting the like button and also subscribing to the channel. Right, so this is a pretty standard black box with the Green Lantern emblem on the front, which is iconic and stands out. On the side, we've got Green Lantern, nice raised writing. We've got, ooh, I like it. We've got a very nice image of Hal Jordan. Don't think that, well, that's obviously not the figure, it's an art image, but that's really smart. I like that. We've then got, again, Green Lantern down the side. Okay, let's get the lid off and see what we'll get inside. So in the box, we get that art image again. That's a really nice, crisp image. I really like that. We'll take this off. Ooh, there we get him. So there we have him. Hal Jordan in all his glory. Looking rather cool. You get a number of accessories with this figure. So let's just get him out of his box and get all the accessories laid out so we can show you those. Okay guys, so here's Hal with all of his bits and bobs and his accessories. So you get your standard kind of flight pole, double grabber. This has got a really nice Green Lantern kind of symbol on the side there, sorry, on the back, which I quite like. That's quite nice. You get two sets of boots. These are obviously for when he's in flight. If you want to pose when he's in the air. The finish on these is really nice. It's kind of got like a green shiny glow to it. Good detail on them. I like them. I think I'm going to have my Green Lantern flying, so these will probably be the feet I use, so I quite like them. You get a whole array of hands. Your standard kind of open hand. Again, it's worth saying that these leather effect gloves look really smart. I like them a lot. You get some flight hands, similar to the ones we had with the Flash. Closed fist. Another flight hand. And this kind of grabbing hand, which has got the ring kind of sculpted on it, which is quite smart. I quite like that. Nice. You then get this bit, which is kind of a glow effect for his arm bracers when he's using his ring. And yeah, this beast, which is a kind of an effect piece for if he's hitting something with the hand inside it. So you just peg the hand directly in. That's quite nice. I do quite like that. I'm not a big fan of kind of these plasticky effects, but actually that looks pretty good. Do I think I'll use it? Nah. Yeah, and get this. His lantern, which you can have him holding on to. Thing I like about this is it's got a light up feature, and that looks pretty cool. I like that. So you can have him charging his ring. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Figure himself. Let's have a look-see at him. So there we have him, guys. He's a really nice looking figure. I love the shiny effect they've gone for on his boots and his green costume. Face mask looks good. Head sculpt to me looks good. Gloves look good. I'm finding it hard to pick fault. Now, like I said in the intro, this figure's had a bit of criticism from various people on YouTube, because that's what we do. In particular, one guy had a real go about the emblem placing. Now, I think it looks fine. Is it perfectly straight? Well, no, maybe not, but actually, nah, looks fine to me. Looks good to me. Only thing that does worry us slightly is it's an interesting fabric they've used. It's kind of like that spandexy type stuff. So as you can see in his arms there, there's a danger for that to kind of buckle and crease quite easily. But overall, I think he looks the bee's knees. I think he looks really smart. So let's have a bit play with him, get him into some poses, and then come back and I'll tell you what I think overall of this figure. Okay guys, here we have him, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. What do I think about this figure? Well, I'm going to be really honest, this is my least favourite of the DC figures that I've unboxed so far. And it's for some silly little reasons, I guess I would say. One, as much as this is interesting, it does nothing for me, so I'm not going to be using that. The biggest issue I have is the quality of this figure in terms of the costume, the boots and all the rest of it. When I started trying to play around with him a little bit like that, he's an absolute pig to pose. His arms are okay, his head's okay, his legs are an absolute nightmare. They're really stiff because of the kind of costume you've got. It's very hard to get him into any kind of movement in terms of his legs at all, really. Other issue I have is these boots. So they look smart, but when I took them off to change them to the flight boots, they're an absolute pig to get on. I'm not convinced that this is going to stay on at all. This is not really pegged into the joint. It's kind of just flopping around a little bit. It just feels quite messy. When I've had a look inside the boot, it looks like my connecting socket is being moved slightly. So it's not connecting with the peg particularly well. All of that said, and that's being really negative, all of that said, it's still a nice figure. I do like it. It looks nice. It'll look nice in my collection. I'm going to have them displayed like this, I think, kind of gently taken off with his lantern near him. I love the fact that the lantern's got a light up effect. I think that's really cool. I do like the costume in terms of the colours and the quality and all the rest of it. Yeah, I guess the only other thing I would add is that you have to be really careful with the boots, because at the bottom here there is a bit of a swivel, and if you're using the boots that it comes with, the flat boots, it allows the boot to swivel a little bit at the joint and it splits, so you've got to be really cautious not to split that. Yeah, overall impressions, I like it. I'm just not absolutely blown away with it, but it's a comic accurate Green Lantern. I do like the costume. I do think it looks clean, and I think it looks pretty good and imposing as part of my collection. So yeah, I'm just being a miserable bugger. It's all right. It's all right. I'm just twisting at the boots because we're a pain to play with. Okay, guys, I'm sorry for being a negative Nancy here. Overall impressions, very good. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.